by dear Mr. Nyutu and Senator Nyutu and Senator Kalwale. Mr. Speaker, the question of why, Mr. Speaker, I should not ask the DIG Langat to step aside. Mr. Speaker, let me say this, that, Mr. Speaker, this is an ongoing investigation. To the best of my knowledge so far, the information we only have is that the Deputy Inspector General of Police, despite being the DIG, took the step to report what he thought was an act of or a crime committed against him. And Mr. Speaker, went low as reporting this to the DCI, and that investigation was done. And in the process of this investigation, somebody has died. Mr. Speaker, nobody has told me here whether the investigations lead to a particular result, whether it is to protect him or to exonerate him or to charge him, Mr. Speaker, is not my responsibility. That responsibility rests with independent police oversight authority if they find any culpability, Mr. Speaker. The rule of law demands from all of us, God forbid, should a senator here, at the rank of minority leader, for example, report a case to the police and the suspect is arrested and dies in custody, God forbid that the minority leader, someone will say he must take responsibility. In the same breath, Mr. Speaker, there must be a link between the crime and the individual. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I will ask IPOA, and as I said earlier, as the Cabinet Secretary, I will not play a role in pushing for a particular person to be charged or a particular person to be exonerated. The evidence must lead to the suspect, Mr. Speaker. And when we are going for anybody, it must be based on evidence. Otherwise, if we lose that rule of law, people will be taking advantage of such occasions to do the same. Mr. Speaker, ask yourself. I was here in this chamber, Mr. Speaker, when as I said, my friend Kimani was abducted by police officers and killed in Machakos. Mr. Speaker, I was here when the case of Pepe Pendo happened. I was here when Koome happened. Mr. Speaker, the process, even when people thought that there will be no justice, justice was found because the right process was followed by IPOA. I think we should support IPOA to do their job instead of getting ourselves to the direction where the House can direct who should be charged and who not be charged. Mr. Speaker, I was a bit worried. I know there is privilege in the chamber. I was a bit worried when senators divert to the attention of determining who is to be charged and who is not to be charged. Mr. Speaker, it violates the same Article 245 of the Constitution and affects the question of rule of law. What we should be demanding is that every person who will be found culpable, led by the evidence, must be brought to book, regardless of the position, regardless of his relationship with anybody. Mr. Speaker, and the last thing was, there was something to do with reforms again. And to close in, Mr. Speaker, I wanted to assure Senator Haji. Mr. Speaker, when Senator Haji spoke, I was fighting tears because he spoke for all of us and he spoke for this country. Mr. Speaker, the life of Albert Ojwang is as painful, Mr. Speaker, as the life of Father Alois, who was killed by criminals. It's also as painful as the life.
So, ladies and gentlemen, do you truly believe in what Murkomen is telling us? That up to now, they have not yet seen any evidence to arrest Eliud Langat, the Deputy Inspector General, for the death of Albert Omondi. I can see that the CS is trying to deceive us, we as Kenyans, because we know that the DIG was the complainant. He was alleging that Ojwang was defaming his name, that Ojwang was faking news about him on social media, and for that reason, he was the one who called the police on him, which unfortunately led to his death. So we as Kenyans, we know that he is responsible for the death of the young teacher. So let's take it for instance that I have called the police on you. You have got arrested, and unfortunately you have died in the process, or you have died in the hands of the police. So do you think I want to be summoned before the court to answer questions in relation to your death? It is obvious I have to be summoned before the court to answer questions related to your death, because I was a complainant. I had an interest in that case, and that's what led to your death. And that's the same way it goes even with this of Eliud Langat. Because it was related to this case, it is also related to the death of the young teacher. So it ought to have been appeared in court to answer questions relating to the death of Albert Ojwang. But what are we seeing now? It is now this deception that they have not yet found evidence. What kind of evidence does the CS want to gather so that they can go ahead and tell the DIG to resign or to appear before the court to ask certain questions in relation to the death of Albert Ojwang? I can see a situation where the Kenya government is trying to cover up and protect Eliud Langat, because Kenyans are out here pointing their hands in the eyes of Eliud Langat, demanding for his arrest and his resignation. But what Murkomen is telling us, he is trying to run away from the truth. If the young man needs to get justice, we need to see Eliud Langat appearing in court and answering questions in relation to the death of Ojwang. If it could be me, a local person, or someone in opposition, they could have rushed like anything else to take you to court or to arrest you. But now it is in government, they are trying to play safe to protect one of their own. That is something that we Kenyans we should not even tolerate. Because here in Kenya, this issue of intolerances have become and becoming. So in my conclusion, guys, I can see that the government, the Kenya government, is out to protect one of their own, Eliud Langat. And this guy is going to stay in office. And as much as we make noise and as much as we make demands, I don't see if that anything is going to change in relation to his arrest or his resignation. Guys, let me end it there for now. But if you have not yet subscribed to the channel and you would like to do so, then go ahead and hit the subscription button just now. Thanks for watching, and let's catch up soon in our next video. Bye and take care.